Here at Crown & Caliber, we often feature watches that can cost $4,000 and $5,000, and sometimes even more. And let's be honest, that can be a lot of money. So we thought we'd feature some of our favorite watches that are a little bit more affordable. Here are our top 7 picks for watches under $2,000. The Omega Speedmaster Date. This is an Omega that doesn't seem to get as much love because it's not a traditional Speedmaster. But what this Speedmaster lacks in heritage, it more than makes up for in practicality. The Speedmaster Date comes in a more modest 39mm. It has an automatic movement, but unlike the Speedmaster Reduced that has a somewhat finicky movement, this Speedmaster has the Omega Caliber 1152. It is based on the Valjoux 7750 and it is a tank. It is a fully integrated chronograph that stands the test of time. The use of the Valjoux 7750 does mean that the chronograph subdials are now shifted to 6, 9, and 12, which again breaks with the traditional appearance of 3, 6, and 9. But as a benefit, it does make space for the 3 o'clock date window. Which brings us to another notable aspect of the watch, the date. The addition of the date is somewhat controversial because again, it's a departure from the traditional Speedmaster, but from a practicality standpoint, it is definitely welcomed. In keeping with the departure from tradition, we went with the silver dial option. The Breitling Colt Skyracer. The Colt Skyracer is probably the single coolest quartz watch you can buy. This limited edition watch is made up of Breitlight, which is a proprietary polymer made by Breitling. The 45mm case weighs next to nothing, yet is still durable and highly scratch resistant. The Breitling Super Quartz movement is accurate to within 10 seconds a year. This watch is all about form following function. Even the strap has standard measurements and can easily be removed thanks to a proprietary design. The Longines Hydrconquest. This watch is a beast, and this is our pick for someone looking for a larger timepiece. The nearly 48mm case can seem daunting, but the angular lugs help it wear well for its size. And the chronograph pushers and crown guards complement the angular design of the case so well. The watch is also water resistant to 300 meters. Now some of the Longines Hydrconquest are quartz watches, but this one is powered by a modified ETA 7753. It's essentially the workhorse Valjoux 7750 modified to have the subdials at 3, 6, and 9. One of the coolest parts of this watch is the bezel that is reminiscent of the Rolex Yachtmaster. The Bell & Ross Sport Heritage. Bell & Ross is a brand known for its striking instrument-style timepieces. But before their watches looked like they came right out of an airplane's cockpit, they had a more traditional styling. The BR123 Sport Heritage checks all the boxes for a vintage-inspired timepiece. It has a faux patina on the legible Arabic numerals, hands, and indices. It features a black 60-minute fixed bezel. It also has some subtle red text on the dial and a domed sapphire crystal. And to top it off, a nice tropic-style rubber strap completes the vintage inspiration. The exhibition case back shows off the modest Bell & Ross Caliber 302, and the movement is housed in a 43mm case with sharp tapered lugs. This watch balances elegance and ruggedness perfectly. The Nomos Orion. Nomos watches can sometimes have a fairly polarizing style, but the Orion seen here is just classic. It features a sleek case that has some of the best curves in the watch game. The watch is a modest 35mm, but with its long lugs, it wears nicely on plenty of wrist sizes. The watch is powered by Nomos' in-house Caliber Alpha. It's a manual wound movement that represents the brand's self-sufficiency perfectly. The clean silver dial with gold indices and blued hands is so perfectly designed, I just catch myself looking down at my wrist. And the strap on this Nomos is one of the brand's shell cordovan versions and is the epitome of what a leather strap should be. If you want a dress watch, then look no further than the Nomos Orion. The Baume & Mercier Clifton. Staying with more of the dress watch style, we've got the Baume & Mercier Clifton. This watch does a great job on straddling the formal and the casual. The clean silver dial with blued hands lend themselves to the dressier watches, but the Arabic numerals and the 41mm case size are on the sportier side. Baume & Mercier keep the cost reasonable on this watch by using a Sellita caliber SW200-1. While not an in-house movement, this is another great example of a time-tested, robust automatic Swiss movement. The TAG Heuer Aquaracer 500 meter. This list wouldn't be complete without a TAG Heuer. They offer so many great watches and at a reasonable price point. The one we chose was the Aquaracer. It's a robust sport watch that can take a beating. This is a watch that has countless options as well, so there's plenty of style variations to choose from. We went with this classic black plank dial and matching ceramic black bezel. This watch does so many things right. Though slightly smaller from the previous design, the 41mm case is the sweet spot for sport watches. 500 meter water resistance is plenty, and the TAG Heuer Caliber 5 is a solid automatic movement. As you can see, there are plenty of solid watches at or below the $2,000 mark. Let us know your top picks for luxury watches under $2,000. And as always, thanks for watching.